Welcome back to the Sanctuary. My name is Trevor Taylor, and I'm glad to have you here. We got another movement practice. This one is going to be a full body flow, focusing on energizing the body while also calming the mind. So if there's some things that are taking up some energetic real estate in your mind, we're going to bring it to the mat. We're going to leave it on the mat. And if the body's feeling a little stiff, or maybe it's feeling tense, this is going to be a great opportunity for us to bring it to the mat, give it to the mat, leave it at the mat. So without further ado, if anything, you might want some blocks. Other than that, all you just need is time and space. Let's get started. We'll start in hero's pose. So bring the feet together, heels squeeze together as well. Sit the hips on the heels or on blocks if you have them nearby. Placing the hands on the lap. Sit up tall, take a breath in. On the exhale, keep the spine upright. Let the chin drop toward the chest. Feel this lengthening of the back of the neck. And just take a few moments to breathe here. From the belly, on the inhale through the ribs, up into the chest, bringing your sternum toward your chin. As you exhale, feel the diaphragm drop down, feel the shoulders relax. Maybe even feel a stretch across the tops of the feet and the ankles. And just take a few more moments to breathe here. Filling up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And watching the breath go out. Maybe this is your opportunity to set an intention for yourself. Why are you showing up? Why are you pressing play? Why have you rolled out your mat? Maybe that intention rises from your subconscious mind as you focus primarily on your breathing. You find that intention that really resonates with you. Take the next few breaths to seal this in for yourself. The inhale is your agreement. The exhale is your release of doubts, fears, distractions. And we'll begin with a few rounds of cat-cow, starting in this kneeling position. Breathe into the belly, press it forward, ribs forward, maybe the chin lifts. On the exhale, press the low back behind you, press the ribs back, round the spine, shoulders roll forward. A few more times, breath in, roll the shoulders open. On the exhale, reverse. Tuck the tailbone underneath you, chin toward the chest, and breathe out. And a few more times here. Noticing if you can invite some movement, some motion into the 33 vertebrae. Starting from the tailbone up to the base of the neck and everything in between. Take one more round here. On your next inhale, sweep the hands high above the head, biceps by your ears. And this time, cactus the arms, 90 degrees, goal posted. Maybe even pull the elbows toward the pockets, the back pockets. Good. A few more times. Breath in. Diaphragm lifts. Exhale. Belly button draws in. Elbows squeeze behind you. 2 more times. Good. 1 breath in. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Press the knuckles away, bring the sternum forward. Feel the shoulders roll back and open, broadening the chest and the collarbones. On your exhale, take the forehead down to the mat. Now release the hands down. And find your way to tabletop. If you want, you can tuck the toes and bring some life back to those ankles and those feet. From here, untuck the toes, extend the right leg back behind you. Left hand reaches out in front. Press down through your right hand, take a breath in. As you exhale, knee to elbow, press and round the spine. Inhale, extend out. Tiger curl, knee to elbow. 1 more time. Breath in. Let's plant this left hand down. Spin the left leg back around. Find this side plank. Right foot to the mat, left hand down. And let your chin and right shoulder be aligned. Can you lift the hips? 1 breath here. Maybe float that right leg up. If you feel stable, maybe capture the top of the foot with your hand and find this gentle back bend. As you kick into your hand, maybe pull the foot back. On your exhale, release the foot. Right hand down. Tuck the left toes. 3-legged dog, breath in. Step this foot forward. Low crescent lunge. Back knee down. Untuck the toes, hands high. Cactus the arms. Gentle back bend. Breath in. 2 more times. Good. Squeeze the elbows down into the pocket, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, grow long. Half Hanuman, hips back. Keep this frame of the hands right to get in front of the toes. Or maybe to the leg, maybe to those blocks. Halfway lift. Pull the right heel back and let the head soften down. Good. Flex those toes, drag the heel, engage the quad. Take a breath into the belly. Exhale, fold. Revolve lunge. Bend the front knee, left hand down. Right hand finds the sky again, chin toward the shoulder. One breath in. Exhale out. Low lunge. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee, and just pause here. There's a few things you can do. You might lighten the weight on the hands, let the ribs float on top of the thigh. And maybe that's arms reaching out. Maybe you sweep the hands behind you, palms facing the floor. Maybe even hands at the waist or hands on blocks. Wherever you are, take 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Drop the back knee. We're going to swivel around. Left hand's going to place to the back of the mat. press the back side or the pinky side of your front foot down. Right hand finds the sky. Another side plank variation, but this time, if you'd like, we'll go for fallen triangle. Squeeze the inner thighs, let this left knee hug toward the right, lift those hips, kind of rainbow them toward the ceiling. You're pressing down through this arm, it's strong through the shoulder, through the forearm, through the wrist, through the fingertips. One more breath here. Exhale, knee down, hands down. Find three-legged dog to the back of the mat. Left foot floats. Let's bring the left knee down. Bring the right knee down. Now extend the left leg back behind you. Right hand reaches out in front. Tiger curl 3 times. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend out long. Head reaches toward the hand. Foot presses back. Good. Use your breath to squeeze your core. Good. Take one more breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale long. Right hand down. Find that side plank. Left hand finds the sky. Maybe your left foot floats. Maybe you find that sugar cane capturing the top of the foot. And just notice, where's your breath right now? What location do you feel yourself primarily breathing in? Release. Right foot down. Find three-legged dog. Breath in. Bring it to the top. Back knee down. Low crescent. Hands high. Head on top of the heart on top of the hips. The hands above them all. 3 times we'll cactus the arms in a gentle back bend. Get your breath. Match your movement. Inhale here. Half split as you breathe out. If the hips begin to swing over to the right, press down through this knee. Get this hip squared. Halfway lift. And then we'll fold and flex. Revolve lunge, front knee bends, left hand finds the sky. One breath here. Exhale the hands down, tuck the back toes, low lunge. Find that variation that you liked. You can get creative, right? You don't have to do the same thing every time you get onto the mat. That's like doing the same thing every time you wake up in the morning, or the same thing you do every time you go to work, or the same thing you do every time you hop behind the steering wheel. Sometimes you want to switch up your journey and switch up how you do things. Let's drop that back knee down. And then we'll swivel this right knee around. Find that side plank variation at the top of the mat. Right hand down. Left hand finds the sky. We're going for fallen triangle. So press the back foot down and lift the hips. Feel the obliques. Active right, lift those hips. Get that left hip even higher. One more breath here. Left hand down. Find three-legged dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. As you press through your hands, let the back of your neck be long. You shake your head yes and no if you'd like. And you press the heels down and find stillness. On your inhale, find plank. Elbows graze the ribs, lower all the way to the belly. Keep the hands where they are. Roll the shoulders back. Find cobra. Press the hips down, squeeze the glutes and lift. Exhale, release. And find child's pose. Let's find our way back to downward facing dog here. Tuck the toes. Press through your hands and let the hips rise. And slowly find your way to the top of the mat, meeting in forward fold. Halfway lift, hands into the shins. Spine is long. Take a deep fold here, exhale it out. Soft bend in those knees. Press down through the feet to rise up tall. Hands above the head. 3 times cactus the arms. Maybe you deepen that back bend every time. And on your last exhale, Tadasana, hands by your side. As you turn the palms open, facing the front of the mat, see if you can let the shoulders relax down. And come back to your breathing. What tension are you noticing in your body? Can you take the next 2 exhales to release something? Good. 1 breath in, sweep it up. And then exhale, step your right foot back. Face the long side of the mat. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged fold. Halfway lift through the nose. Let's turn the heels toward one another. Goddess pose, horse stance. Once you get the hips down, tuck the tailbone underneath you, then we'll rise up. Hips forward. Get this beach ball in front of you and lift it up. Good. Now, continue to breathe, noticing as you draw in through the nose, it gets down into the belly and expands. The ribs lift, the sternum floats. As you exhale, the thighs open a bit more, the knees and the feet twist into the floor, and you continue to keep your composure. Take another breath in. Exhale, this time drop that ball, cactus the arms. Can you do 2 more? It's a question of curiosity. Good, let's go for 1 more. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands to the top of the mat. And then we'll spin the back foot at 45 degrees, warrior 1. Hands reach high. Back foot is down, kind of pointing in this top right corner of the mat. All right, but this right hip is still making its way to the front. Knees on top of the ankle. Pressing through the back pinky of the foot. There's so much taking place. On your next inhale, lift up tall. And then exhale, pyramid pose. Straighten out the front leg. Keep that beach ball. Reach forward. Plant it down lightly. And then chin to the chest. Now, we're here for a few breaths. If you need to, step this back foot up about halfway. Actively press through your front foot to activate the quad. If you can, pick up that left kneecap. Now the quad and hamstring are active here. Good. Halfway lift here. We're going to turn back to the long side of the mat. This time skandasana to the top of the mat. Bend deep in the left knee. Maybe you grab that beach ball again if you like it. Actively press through that front foot or that back foot and maybe float the toes toward the ceiling. Option is yours. I'm going for the inner thigh, so I'm planting my foot down. Can you press through that front foot? Feel the hip start to work there? Yeah. Now, let's keep the hips low. Crawl to the back of the mat and find side plank. And it takes a journey, right? Good. Continue to lift the hips. And maybe you drop your back knee or your bottom knee. One breath here. Now, finding fallen triangle. Right foot plants down, left foot floats and then steps in front. Continue to lift the hips. On your exhale, right hand finds the mat. Step back, find three-legged dog. On the exhale, top of the mat. Warrior one, back of the mat. Hands reach high. You got that ball again. Take a breath in pyramid pose. Halfway lift. And let it all go. And then find skandasana, left foot again. One breath here. One breath out. Keep the hips low. And this time we'll find that wild thing if you'd like. So as you go into revolve lunge, then find side plank. Maybe that right foot plant slightly back behind you. Lift the hips, square the chest to the ceiling. This is optional, you don't have to do this. Come back to three-legged dog. And then find your flow. Downward facing dog to plank. Exhale, elbows graze the ribs. Head reaches away from the shoulders. Hips down, heart high, breath in. Upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift. Spine long, head down. Good. Take your time as you make your way to the top. Step, hop, or float. Option is yours. Halfway lift, breath in. And fold, breath out. Soft bend, let's rise. And exhale, let it go. Take a few breaths to remain here in your Tadasana mountain pose to reground as we prepare for the second side in just a few. So maybe notice your cadence of breathing at this moment. Maybe it's sped up. Maybe it's a bit shallow. And just notice. Now breathe into the belly, sweep the hands high. Exhale, step the left foot back. Long side of the mat, breath in, star pose. Breath out and fold. Halfway lift. Goddess or horse stance. So knees wide, hips underneath. Imagine your back is against a flat wall. So you're not leaning forward, not leaning too far back, but you're up against the wall. Now, hands high. Slide your elbows against that same wall. So maybe there's a little bit more of this right here, drawing the elbows back, bringing the chest forward without that back bend. There's a lot. Let's go for 3. Cactus. Good, 2 more. Good, continue to twist and dig those feet into the mat. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. Finding low lunge at the top of the mat. Warrior one. Hands high. Slide the right knee out to the outside of your pinky. On your exhale, find pyramid. Take the next 3 breaths to be here. Letting your exhales give more force as you press into the front foot. Let the inhale travel to the low back to create length. Up through the ribs into the chest. Let's take one more here. Now finding Skandasana. Deep bend in the front knee. Hips low. Actively pressing through this front foot still. I keep the hips low. Finding revolve lunge into side plank. Right hand down. First revolve in the ribs, the shoulder. Let this right hand feel grounded. And find your variation of side plank. So maybe that's knee down. That's front foot stacked on top. Option is yours. Take a breath in. Press to the bottom hand, lift the hips. Now fall in triangle. Right knee squeezes toward the left. Plant the foot down. What's the quality of your breathing like? Exhale, hand down. 3-legged dog. And step to the top of the mat. Warrior one. One more time. Breath in. Pyramid pose, breath out. Halfway lift. And let it go. Skandasana. Deep bend in the right knee. Actively pressing through. Hip is active. Glute is active. Pressing through that back edge or that front left pinky. And now bring it to the top. This time, side plank or wild thing. Take it there. What's your expression? You got a few breaths here. If you're in wild thing, square the chest to the ceiling. But actively press through your right shoulder to keep yourself protected here. 3-legged dog, take it back. Breath in. And find your flow. Just come down to the knees. Let's swing the feet out in front. Great work. Now let's take this right leg. I'll square this way. We'll bring it over the left leg. Half load of the fish. With the right foot over, left arm will wrap around the right knee. Press this front foot down. Squeeze this knee in toward the body and twist. This right hand that's released, place it behind you and push into the floor to sit up tall. As you exhale, turn your chin toward the right, look over your right shoulder, and take a few breaths here. You may have noticed that fire started to build, and I'm curious if your mind has shifted with all this energy too. If the way you're thinking or the way you're feeling has been altered by a few moments of movement and mindful breathing. Taking a breath in. Maybe deepen the twist 1 degree as you exhale. Keep the foot there. We'll go for a counter twist. The inhale takes us to the other side. Plant the hands down and we'll bow. Coming back, breath in, and then bring the heel toward the glute and go for reclined hero. Let's crawl in the hands back. Maybe just rest on the forearms. Solid, great spot. You'll feel the stretch going across the top of the thigh, the quad here. If there's tension in the knee, you can always ease up and maybe not put so much pressure on it. If you feel comfortable, maybe you lean on back. Or for like next 3 to 5 breaths. So breathe into the belly. Notice any intense sensations. Continue to breathe through it. There's some tension still in your mind or your body. What can you let go of? In order to let go, we have to become aware. Slowly start to crawl back up. Release the right foot. Let's go for the second side. Half lower the fish. Left leg crosses over. Right arm reaches around and we hug. Press the foot down. Left hand, I like to take it over and follow my thumb in the sky. Turning my chin to face the shoulder. And now I've got a twist in the entire spine. And now that I'm here, can I be here? That is, not try to fight to get somewhere else, like deeper in the pose, or trying to fight where I am right now. So maybe I'll ease out of it a little bit. But finding that effort, or the balance between effort and ease, is essential here. Like, yes, I'm doing work, but I'm not stressed while doing the work. And the work might not be easy, but I'm at ease. Let's find that counter twist. Let the head be heavy. Let's find that reclining hero. Left heel toward the glute. Hug the knee in. You feel a stretch across the top of the foot and the ankle maybe. On your breath in, sit up tall. As you exhale, find that position that feels most suitable for you. Knowing that one knee and joint and hip and leg and one side of the body is not the same as the other. So the same idea, the concept of releasing tension still applies. You just may find tension in different places on this side. When you do find it, Invite it to release. Slowly begin to find your way back up. Now, bring the heels toward the glutes. Find your way onto your back. And prep for bridge pose. Interlace the hands underneath you. Crawl the arms underneath the body. And then we'll press through the heels, press through the feet, lift the hips. And then get them a bit higher as you press the fronts of your hips toward the ceiling. That's going to squeeze the glutes as they turn inward and press. Maybe chin comes off the chest a bit to help breathe. Take another breath in. And release it down. Hug the knees in toward the chest. Maybe just give yourself a hug you are well deserving of today. Extend the left leg or plant it down on the floor. Option is yours. And we'll find ourselves in wind relieving pose. It's good for exactly what it sounds like. Can you relax the shoulders? Can you relax your jaw? Maybe even relax the tension in your eyebrows. And find supine twist. First by keeping the right shoulder down, then letting the right leg go across the left side of the body. Wherever the right shoulder starts to lift off, pause there with the knee. And then see whatever needs to be let go of. Can it release? Come back to center. Give it one last squeeze in toward the body. Let's swap it out. As we begin to prepare to close this practice, notice where there might still be tension hiding, believing that it still needs to be a part of this moment. As you supine twist here, let this next exhale and the exhale after that be exhales for relief, relaxation. Getting rid of tension as a means of making room for ease. One more breath here. And let it go. Coming back to center. And if there are any final poses you'd like to take, the happy baby, shoulder stand, plow pose, option is yours. At this moment, I invite you to find stillness. As for me, I will find that in Savasana, legs long, feet out to the side, one hand on my belly to notice the breath in and the belly rise, and the hand comes down as the breath goes out. My right hand on my chest, with my heart beating right underneath my palm. Awareness of two automatic systems that I have been gifted in this body and mind. That even when I do all of this work and I get caught up in doing all these other things, two of the most important aspects of being alive as a means of survival, I don't have to do consciously. My heart beats on its own. My body invites oxygen in and releases CO2 on its own. And for this, I am grateful.